my statements about the officer was wrong. I made a lot of false statements about this officer. This officer did what in my eyes, I think was the appropriate thing at the time. Now, on another live, I said that I call him names. I did what I normally don't do, is that, please tap the screen or I'll cut the comments completely off. Please tap the screen, support the live, or I'll cut it off. There's no reason to have 100-some people in here and no likes. So, and I'll give it 5 minutes. Tap the screen, please. Now, I've actually watched and I went on live, and I didn't have. I usually wait a week after a pew-pewing to review all the evidence. I didn't do that. So I went in and I gave my assessment without all the facts. Okay, I have went back through and I have gathered all the facts. I want to first give my apologies to that officer for calling him out something that I should not have called him out. Okay, I called him a jackass. He's not a jackass. Okay, this pew-pewing was, in my eyes, was justified. Okay, I watched the video. This is clearly a sensitive situation, and I want to say that I seen, even though this is an unfortunate incident, this lady was clearly disturbed. Hold on, let me take that down. Clearly disturbed from the vantage point of both officers. They didn't have too much of a choice in the matter. So it's unfortunate that this lady, and my hearts go out to this lady and her family, that the loss was tragic. But with that being said, I know this officer's being held without bond. I don't understand why the department fired him. They should not have fired him. I think they're trying to appease the masses. From what I seen, I watched the officer as they did what she asked them to do. That was search for a possible intruder around the home. And then I watched as they interacted with her for almost 15, I believe it was like 15 minutes or so. She was back and forth here and there. And with the concern about the pot of boiling hot water, I looked at the video from both body cam videos. I stated in another live that there was only one officer with one video on. I was absolutely wrong. They had both their body cam videos on. I stated in another live that they could have tased her first, and I had to go back over the use of force continuum in order to see if the use of force continuum could go all the way to the top. And yes, it does state in that the use of force continuum should go all the way to the top if seriously bodily injury is a part of in the mindset of the officer. So yes, this was a justified pew-pewing and this officer in the court of law should, even though he may have to face the music, I believe that he should get off. It's unfortunate that he had to, and it's clearly that both officers were shaken. I stated that the officer did not want to render aid, and I did that off of audio only. But after looking at the body cam videos, I see why the assessment of not happen. There's no need for aid to be called. Was there. Now the other officer did go ahead and got his kit in order to help stop the facilitation of liquids seeping out of her head. But it was a mute point at that moment. So this officer was in the right. They did everything. The only one thing they wanted to do was identify her, because she had called them out. There was a concern about a vehicle on the side of the house, but I looked at it, and she did throw the hot pot of water towards the officer. She did. It's clear on the body cam video. Now, this is not information. This is not information. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is not information. There's no information on here. There's no information. Okay. The body cam video is accessible to everyone. Body cam video is accessible to everyone. They can go back. They can watch it. This is not information. So that's what I'm saying. I have looked at it from my professional viewpoint, and I was a police officer for a period of time. I looked at it, use of force, justified on this video. Okay. I see no one's tapping the screen, so I've asked for 5 minutes people to tap the screen. Nobody wants to tap it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the comments off until people tap the screen, get it up to 10K, and then I'll turn the screen back on. I don't need to hear people. Since y'all don't want to tap the screen, forget it. But I watched this. I watched the video of the officers, and I watched the one officer walk around the whole house. I watched the officers interact with the lady, and I watched as they tried to get her to comply. They tried to get her to comply by putting the hot pot of liquids down. She would not put down the hot pot of liquids. This is not information. This is not information. This is just education. This is not information. This is education only. In the video, I watched as the officer told her, don't do it. Now, when she stated, in the name of Jesus, no, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That's her exact words. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, while holding a hot pot of boiling water. We know exactly what was going to come next. Okay. That is a threatening statement. I would have took it the same way. She was trying to do some sort of, I don't know, rebuking. And it's in the mind of the officer that she does not need, he does not need to wait. He does not need to wait to see what she's going to do. So, yes, the officer, by his actions, was correct in pulling his duty weapon. I opened the box at 10K. I opened the box only at 10K lights. That's when I opened the box. I was, and I watched the Axon video. This is educational purpose only. This is not information. This is not information. I watched the Axon video. It is accessible. Excuse the noise, background noise, it's raining. It is accessible by YouTube for you also to watch it yourself. I watched it. And in the mind of the officer, he was correct in his assessment. Now, there was both, I looked at them, the body cam goes on, and you can see the distraught in both officers, both their voice, the displeasurement to have to discharge his weapon, and the state of the lady that was on the ground. It was a sad situation. Being a combat veteran and having seen people unalived, and also being ex-police officer, It's very hard to watch this video. Also, it brings back a few moments for myself, and it's hard if you're in your emotions to correctly assess what you're seeing. But I was able to cast aside my emotions, and I was able to watch the video and see that these officers went down the line and they did everything by policy. Now, you can argue, and I did, that this officer could have backed up. He could have. But in a threatening situation such as that, when the officer's assessment of the threat level was at hand, I believe in his split moment, because he told her, I'll do this to you if you do this. And she did let go of the pot, but then she grabbed it again, clearly in the video, and she was able to throw it. She threw it before he squeezed his device and sent a projectile down range. He did. So in that moment, it was self-defense. In that moment, he can argue self-defense. He did not pew-pew first until after she threw the water. She clearly threw the water first. Clearly, this is not information. This is educational purposes only, entertainment purposes also, okay? This is not information. This is not information. You can go look at the body cam video for yourself. Okay, my 7.6K likes. I asked earlier on to tap the screen. People decided not to tap the screen, so I just cut the comments off and I can make my assessment here. I love listening to your comments, but when you don't want to tap the screen or participate, then I'll just do this. Now, the box will open at 10K, and you can come up and you can view, you can voice your opinion if you like. But your opinion must be rooted in facts. And I watch the facts. Now, there's no going after her because she's a certain color. This is not a race issue. This is an issue about the officer's conduct and departmental policy. Now the department has gotten rid of him. I don't know why. He probably can get out and sue the department for rush to judgment. I don't know if his due process has been enacted, but here's the deal: the officer acted appropriately. That's what I see. I seen, in my opinion, that the officer acted appropriately. And it's unfortunate that he's detained right now without bond. Okay, it's unfortunate. You know, my hearts and my prayers go out to him and this woman's family. Okay, my heart and prayers go out to him and his family and the woman and her family, and also the other officer that was there and his family, because he was clearly shaken. He was clearly shaken in the body cam video. This is a long video that a lot of people have not seen. I have watched the whole video, and it's over 30 minutes long, about 35 some minutes. And it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I have PTSD, so sometimes it kind of triggers me a little bit, but I had to shake it off. You know, I do come without emotions a lot of times. But I had to assess that. Now we're at 10K. Thank you for the 10K likes. I will turn back on the comments. Please note, continue to tap the screen, or I will turn the comments back off. Okay. Now I'm allowing the comments. I'm also opening up the box. I am allowing people to come up. I'm going to state this: do not come up with emotions or insults or any kind of derogatory remarks. Okay, I am rude, and I will cut you off, and I will drop you down back to the comments. If you want to come up and state Your point of view is okay, but please state them in facts, not in feelings, because this is not a feeling lie. Once again, this is not information. This is entertainment and educational purposes only. So here we're going to go, and we're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on one person. Okay, we got a lot of people waiting. First up, oh, I got to change this box setting.
Hello, darling.
How are you doing, man?
Good. First off, I see that you're a Desert Storm veteran. Thank you for your service. My daddy served in Desert Storm as well in the Navy.
Outstanding.
I personally, and again, this is no feelings attached, I have been a first responder for 13 years now. I've been a firefighter, ER, trauma tech, rapid response, you name it. I've worked very closely alongside of law enforcement and many different faculties. Now, I have also watched the video and I have slowed it down. If you pay attention and you watch it about 2.4 speed, you can tell that she does not actually pick the pan up. It is actually the pot lid that is in her hand. Now, with that being said, you said that you were former law enforcement, and this is in no way an insult. I'm assuming it's been some time since you've been law enforcement. Correct or no?
Yeah, it's been a little bit. Little time to pass by.
So, majority of the law enforcement agencies that I have worked side by side have very strict procedure and policy. Procedure and policy that states you are to act on de-escalation before any other means of force. Now, with that being said, need it be force, you are within your rights to act in a step of force above what you are met with. In no way, shape, form, fashion, or world is a pot of boiling water considered a deadly force to be met with deadly force. A pot of boiling water will cause superficial damage at best. However, it was not a direct threat, even if she did throw a pot of boiling water on that officer. That did not give him the right to respond by shooting her in the head. That was completely uncalled for, unprofessional, overuse of force, deadly force. It was just completely inappropriate. The assisting officer, his partner, I'm assuming, from what I have read, is a rookie. I can't put him at fault. I genuinely can't. People will sit here, they will say, hey, why didn't he step in? Why didn't he stop him? Whatever. Until you have watched a life be taken in front of you for the first time or the 10th time in the line of duty, you cannot judge how you will react to that situation. Point blank, period. There's no way. It's pot calling kettle black. Now, as far as the officer that did kill the woman, completely uncalled for. He is right where he deserves to be, in my opinion. And that was unjustified. That woman should still be alive and well, breathing today.
Okay. So let's say that. Let me respond to it, and then I don't have to move on to the next person. Okay, I did slow the video down, and I watched it. At no time where there's a lid or that was on the pot of boiling hot water that was sitting on the stove. I watched her pick up 2 pot holders, pick up the pot of hot water, and when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," okay, he said, "You better effing not." Okay, I seen that. I slowed it down. Okay, from his body cam video, not the partner's body cam video, his body cam video. And when she put the pot of water down in the sink, it had no lid on it. There was steam coming up out of the pot. There was absolutely no lid. Now, I watched her as she picked the lid up. If you watch the body cam video, go back and look again. She holds the pot, the red pot with the 2 handles in her hand. And you can see the liquid coming out the pot and going on the floor, and the steam rising up from the water that is on the floor. You can see this clearly in the video. There was absolutely no lid, no time, nowhere. She didn't need a pot holder to pick up a lid. Number 2, I watched the officer's response at the time as the assessment. This is for information. This is not information. This is not information. This is for educational purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not information. Okay, you can go back and watch this in real time. It's on YouTube. The Axon video of the officer. Use of force continuum also states, ma'am, that if in the event of serious bodily injury, that means if the officer feels as though serious bodily injury can be inflicted on him, then he can use equal force or greater. So at that time, equal force, since she's threatened him with serious bodily injury, at the top of the scale, that was justified. But thanks for coming in, ma'am. Let me move on to the next person. You had a good go back and look at that video. Let me go on to the next person. Let me see. Please, it's 4:30. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Just fine.
Yes, my take on this is, the guy really, the officer overreacted, which I'm not surprised. When you look at police hiring practices, if anybody
Sir, wait a minute, hold on, sir. We're not talking about department hiring practices because every department has a different hiring practices. I'm talking about this situation right here, sir. I'm talking about, sir. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm talking about this situation right here. Okay, let's not bore people with department and your viewpoint on how officers get hired. Because are you an officer?
No, I'm not. I never will be.
Okay, so you don't know how that process goes with every department. And I've been to a lot of departments. They don't all hire the same. So, sir, about this situation right here, have you accessed the video?
Yes, I am.
How many body cameras was there on the video?
Far as I know, one.
Okay, sir, you need to go back and look again. There was more than one. You don't have all the facts, sir. And I want to talk to somebody who got the facts. Okay, you got to go back and look at the video again. He doesn't have all the facts. How you doing?
Hello. No,
Hi.
fine. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so as far as what I saw, I didn't see her do anything out of the ordinary. It looks like she was just looking over to see what they were talking about. She was confused, looked like to me as well. So, why they was backing up or whatever. So, what was the point of them backing up and laughing?
What video did you watch, man?
I watched when she was in the kitchen by the pot of boiling water. And
did you watch that on what station or what source?
On TikTok.
On TikTok. Okay, ma'am. This is what I implore you to do. Okay.
Okay.
What I implore you to do. Go to YouTube. This is the easy source. You have YouTube. I'm perceiving you have YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay. They have the Axon body cam video available to you. Okay. Go back and watch that. Don't watch the edited, biased viewpoint of content creators on social media. Okay. Now later on today, when I get off work, I will play I don't know. It's 35 minutes long. Okay. It's a long video from the time they get out the car and do their functions all the way to when EMS arrive. Okay. And when they're talking to their superiors. So go back, do a proper assessment that way, ma'am, and come back with the facts. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me see who else. Let me see. Okay. You have to do it a proper assessment in order to be able to judge someone. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
First of all, it was one body cam on all the way into the shooting. After the
No, no,
shooting,
sir. So, sir. No,
after the
sir. No,
shooting, the
sir.
shooter
No,
turned his
sir.
body cam on.
No, sir. You're
I
absolutely false,
watched
sir. It
it.
was not. No, no, sir. You have not.
It was one.
You
It
have
was the
not, sir.
rookie body cam on.
No, you're wrong. People, don't come up here with misinformation. I watched both body cam videos, both of them. Don't come up here with misinformation. Now, this is not information. Okay, this is for educational purposes only. This is this is for education and man, he got me discombobulated down. This is not information. This is for education and educational and entertainment purposes only. Look, if you have not seen both body cam videos, I implore you to go and do your research before you come into this live. This is not the kumbaya, we shall overcome live, okay? I am going to tell it to you as I see it. And I have a professional viewpoint of it. Now, if you come up here, no, please don't do it. Don't do this to yourself. How you doing? Hello? Joanne? Joanne? I guess she went to sleep. Lord Jesus, what is going on? Joanne Thomas. Miss Joanne Thomas, 743. Joanne Thomas, 743. Oh, she's gone. Oh, goodness gracious, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get y'all in as fast as I can, man. Sorry to waste your time. Go ahead.
How's it going?
Hello. Let's go.
Hello?
Sir, you got a lot of background noise.
My fault. Yeah. My fault, I'm at work. But what I want to say is, I saw the video. All I want to say is, I think your opinion is wrong. Straight. That's all. That's first off. And I think it's wrong that you up here trying to debate it or justify it, no matter the fact what it is. That lady was not a threat to nobody. It don't matter if she had a pot of water in her hand. None of that. That water is not life-threatening at all to no officer, especially when they have guns, tasers. You all said it don't matter if it was boiling water is not threatening to a life officer, no matter whatever the fact it was. They did not have to use lethal force on that woman at all. Period. They could have used tasers. They could have restrained her. They could have grabbed her. Did whatever the case may be. Anything else. That's all I have to say. But you trying to sit up here trying to justify it or whatever. Trying to
hey, sir, what kind of expertise do you have in law enforcement or the threat level continue?
It's not even expertise or any. It don't.
So you're talking on feelings?
Hold on.
Are you going?
No, it's not
are you going on
feelings.
sir?
It's not feelings.
So what kind of expertise are you talking from?
It's not feelings. You don't need expertise in this in law to know that was wrong.
Did you watch the body cam video?
I watched.
Did you watch the body cam video?
I watched it a million. I watched it from both angles, both videos.
How many?
It don't matter.
From both of them. Did you see her throw the body?
No.
Did you see her throw the water?
I've been watching with people and cut them off. You're not
Did you see her throw the water, sir?
She didn't throw water. It don't matter if she threw the water.
Okay, sir. You didn't watch the body cam video.
It don't matter.
You didn't watch the body cam video, sir. You did not watch it. Okay, listen, people. Don't come up here your feelings. I'm going to ask you about the facts of the video. I don't want to hear about, well, water's not. Yes, water, yeah, it doesn't have to be something that can unalive the officer. If the officer feels in the threat continuum, use of deadly force, then if he feels though serious bodily injury is evident, then he can use whatever he needs to in his scope of reason. That's how it goes. That's how it is. Tap the screen, support the live. Got 5 minutes to get me to 20K. 5 minutes or I'll cut the comments off. I will. I don't need the comments. Tap the screen, get the live to 20K, or I will cut these comments completely off. Okay. So I'm going to continue to have people, do not come up here in your feelings. I'm going to ask you your assessment of this. Let me get people in here real quick because there's a lot of people waiting. This officer was justified in what he did. How you doing?
Hello.
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 I'm sorry. Can you hear me, sir?
Ma'am, I can hear you. Go
Can you hear
ahead.
me?
Yes.
Okay. I watched the video, and yes, at first I could see what someone's saying. He probably thought she was threatening, but even if she was threatening him, he could have used probably a taser. He probably could have, restrained her down. But when she did throw the water, she threw the water as he was pulling the gun out on her. And once they was to shoot, that's when she came down to the ground. She didn't have anything else in her hand.
Ma'am, when somebody throws a hot liquid towards you, is self-defense justified?
Yes, you're correct. Self-defense is justified.
That's all, ma'am. No, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you watch the body cam video of this? And this is for entertainment purposes. This is for educational purposes. This is not information. Did you watch the body cam video of both officers, ma'am? I think you said that, right?
Yes, I watched it, and like I said, I do understand your opinion, because everyone has an opinion. I do understand that, and I respect that. But even though they probably felt that they was threatened, which they have the right to feel threatened, we're human, and I respect the police officers because they put their lives on the line every day. Not all police officers, not everyone that works in law enforcement is bad people. They're not. But I feel like his energy was off. I feel like he was probably scared himself, because we don't know what people be feeling. And I think by her going to the stove and picking up the pot, he probably did get scared. But it still doesn't justify him pulling the trigger and shooting her in her face. He could have, if he was going to shoot her, hell, even though that was wrong, he could have at least shot her in the foot, or and somewhere to make her fall, not just to shoot her to kill. I still can't justify no woman getting killed like that. It was no reason for her to lose her life. I'm sorry.
Okay, ma'am. Let me state this. Okay, hold on. And it's been 5 minutes, and I have not reached. My goal of 21K likes. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to cut off the comments until I reach 20K likes. Y'all cannot tap if you don't want to. 20K likes, and then I'll cut the comments back on. Ma'am, listen to me. As being in the military, this is not information. This is educational purposes only. This is only entertainment, okay? This is not bullying. This is not condoning any haphazard behavior or anything like that. Ma'am, being in the military and being an ex-police officer, no officer wants to pull, and you got a lot of background noise.
I'm sorry. I'm
just a second.
I'm at my station, but if you can't hear me, I'm sorry.
Okay, being an ex-police officer, no officer wants to pull his duty weapon, but officers aim for center mass. And center mass covers this part of the area and the head. That's what these are the vital organs right here. They don't aim for arms, legs. If you go to any range, you won't see 20K likes are good reached. And now I'm going to turn back on the comments. Continue to tap the screen. The next goal is 30K
Okay,
likes.
I do have one question before I go. I have one question before I go.
Yes.
So, and I understand what you just said. I understand. I respect what you just said. But so you're saying and I don't even like to play the race card, but at some point as a black man, do you think that by them killing her, the way they killed her, do you think that was okay?
Ma'am, this is where I'm going to go by the law. I'm not going to go by feelings.
No. It's not just law. It's not even just feelings.
I've answered your question. I've answered your question, ma'am. It's justified. That's all I'm going to go by. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to go by the law. Okay. Was it justified or was it not? I'm going to say it was justified. Hold on. I spent a little bit too longer. Let me get people in and see what they got to say. Let's hurry in our comments. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Just fine.
So you telling me that the police out that she threw water?
Sir, did you see the body cam videos?
Yeah, I seen the body cam
both
footage.
officers?
I seen it.
How many body cam
Why did she pick up the water in the first place though? Why did she pick it up?
Hold on, sir. How many body cam video footages have you seen?
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of our people being killed on body cam footage. But answer my question. Why did she pick up the
how
water?
many body cam video footages have you seen on this?
I've seen a lot. Answer my question. Why did she pick up the water?
Look, if you can't answer my questions, then I don't need to hear you. I'm asking you about this incident. Don't come in here with your emotions because I'm emotionless. Go ahead.
Hey, Vader, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Just fine. I can hear you.
So you and I have known you for, I don't know, several months, and I like listening to you and whatnot. This is a particular instance where you and I definitely disagree. I was military police. I was police in the civilian world for nearly 13 years, and I'll say that lady, when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of God," for whatever reason, his reaction was amped up from that point. Yeah, she got her got a pot of boiling water that she put into the sink, but they addressed the stove and said, "Hey, let's not get the house burned down, etc." But she never made an aggressive movement. I'm telling you, as a former police officer, there is absolutely no way in hell I'd ever want that guy to be my partner, to be my backup, to police my mom or my family. The dude is absolutely unhinged. I'm so thankful that he was charged. He needs to be charged. He needs a trial. Yes, evidence and all of that needs to be broken down, and he needs to go to trial and all of that. But he was wrong, man. That lady was not a threat. She was unaggressive. She didn't make an aggressive movement, especially to
Hey, hold on, sir. Sir, hold on. I said hold on. My live is froze. Let me unfreeze it right quick, okay? Hold on. Be right back.
You're frozen on my end too, I think. I don't know if
Okay. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for your patience.
Hey, you're
I had to, every now and then I gotta unfreeze the live. I don't know why they do that. But go ahead, sir. Continue. And please make it short because I got other people.
Whenever the video that I was watching, when he pulled his firearm and she went down to the ground, I mean, it looked to me as though she's holding oven mitts in her hands. It's the same oven mitts that she grabbed when she got the pot off of the oven and whatnot.
Sir, how many body cam videos was in that you witnessed?
That I seen 2. There you had the guy to the right. You had the guy that pulled the trigger.
Okay. They were both of them was holding their firearms, correct?
From my memory, yeah. I mean, from the memory.
Yes. Both of them went to the highest point of the use of force continuum. Was that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So both officers could not have been wrong at that point.
I think that was absolutely heightened. I mean, I don't know what the experience of the other guy is in terms of the one on the right. From what I hear, the dude on the left had been to 6 different departments. So I would assume he would at least have 3 to 6 years in minimum.
Sir. Okay, due to my time constraint, and I'm going to come back on live later so that people can talk a little bit longer. Look, a lot of people that are chief of police, they have been to multiple departments before they got to yours. Is that a false statement?
They've been to many. Yeah, no, that's not a false statement.
That's true.
I mean,
they go from.
Yeah.
You got most chief of police or people who are high ranking. They start off at this department, then they move on to another department, and they see that department they want to get to, it's a stepping stone. If you're in law enforcement, it's a stepping stone. A lot of state troopers start off as local police. They start off in that environment. You're not going to go a lot of times straight into the state trooper or be FBI or Secret Service and not start off at the local level. So that's their resume. That's how they do. I've looked up his background. I haven't seen too many part where he did anything that's that he changed departments due to any improprieties. So, but still, sir, the use of force continuum states that in an officer's in a reasonable cognitive, I hate trying to repeat that, a reasonable cognitive thinking officer, if he thinks that serious bodily injury is evident, then he has the right to use the highest form of use of force continuum. Him and that officer used that, okay? And it's evident to the video that she picked up the pot with the oven mitts. I seen the pot. I seen the liquid coming out the pot with the steam on it and hitting the floor right by his feet. Now, this is not for information. This is for educational purposes only and entertainment purposes. Go back and watch the long video and slow it down, sir. You'll see what that officer's saying. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate your service, sir.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Okay. There's a lot of people in here. Hold on. Let me get some people in here. I'm trying to get, my time is raining here, so sorry for the background. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. Please tap the screen, get me to 30K. You got 5 minutes to get me to 30K, or I will cut the comments off. I swear to, in the name of Jesus.
Right, no but my point is this.
Go ahead.
Now, as a former officer, I was only an officer for 3 years. I changed departments, went where I went into teaching. So, at the point when the woman picked up the pot, and the officer felt the threat, his first reaction should have been throw his firearm. Yes. His second reaction should have been to retreat and take cover while covering her with the firearm. His partner as well. His aggression going forward, not taking cover, is his fault. And at that point, he became the aggressor. He should have continued to back up while telling her, drop the pot, drop the pot. He should have retreated. He should have found cover. If she advanced at that point, not just because whether she Whether she chose to throw the pot or not, I don't know. I saw the water come out, but that may have been because the pot had been burning her. We don't know that part. I know that the officer was wrong in that he should have retreated. Period. Point blank. And that's a loss. That's a law fact. Take cover. Distance yourself from the threat. Take cover. If the woman advanced on him, he was justified in shooting. However, she never advanced. She was still in the same spot. Whether she went down, she never took any steps. She turned, never took any steps. Not like this. She didn't raise it. She went down with it. He did not retreat. Continued to advance on her. He was absolutely wrong. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. In response, I watched the body cam video. I slowed it down. Both of them, especially from his vantage point. The officer gave commands at the scene.
Did he advance on her?
Sir, the officer gave commands at the scene.
Yes.
When he's on the scene, he's the authority.
What is his job?
Sir, I'm still talking.
At the point of a threat.
Sir, I was still talking. I didn't interrupt you when you was talking. I gave you that respect. I just asked for it in return. Okay, so when I seen him give her the commands and she did not comply, I seen him unholster his duty weapon and pointed it. Now, at that time, compliance should have told her to go to the ground and stay still, keep her hands visible. But what I noticed in the video is that she decided, against the wishes of the officer, to grab the pot of water, as you said. And she did raise the pot because she was in a kneeling position. Right next to the sink where the pot was. I seen the steam coming off the water. I seen as she turned and threw the water at the officer. And the water hit the floor. Now, when she threw the water, the officer had not fired yet. When she threw the water right then and there, justified self-defense.
Your house.
It is self-defense at that moment. Now, neither officer likes the outcome of the events. None of us likes the outcome of this grave event. But he did everything departmentally right as far as I see. Right now, it's going to evidently show that in self-defense, he discharged his duty weapon. This is not information. You can go research this yourself. It's on YouTube, the Exxon video. The Exxon video is there for you to see. I know you don't want to see the truth. I understand. Emotionally, this disturbs you. I mean, it's a hard video to watch. And if you're in your emotions, don't watch this video. Find something else to do. But if you want the facts and you want the truth, and the facts are going to come out in court that this officer was justified. Both officers were, because both officers pulled their duty weapon. It's tragic what happened to her. It is. It's tragic. But if she would have complied, she would still be alive. Let me see.
Bro,
good morning, Mr. Burns.
What video was you watching?
I watched the Exxon body cam video.
So have you seen the video where the pot never left the stove, and that the pot was not red? The pot was a tin pot that stayed on the stove, and those were mittens in her hand when she got shot.
Okay, thanks for coming in, sir. Appreciate you. I'm not gonna waste any more time with you, sir. I'm not. Everybody clearly seen that she had a pot in her hand. Everybody in America's clearly seen she had a pot in her hand when she took it off the stove. I don't know what the hell you was watching. I'm not even gonna entertain that. That's nonsense. Absolutely nonsense, man. Don't come in here with nonsense, please. Let me see. I'm trying to. That person's there. Let me see if he's there. Okay. Don't come in here with nonsense. I watched the whole video. The lady clearly raised the pot in her hand. Go ahead,
Can you hear
man.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I just watched.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, okay. You sound real young.
I know it's yeah. I got a baby voice type of. I don't got that deep of a voice, so it sounds a little weird. But yeah, I had just found out about all this like recently. What yesterday? Sometime yesterday, I seen it on like all going all around social media. You know how that goes. And then I decided to just look it up myself and just But I do see what you're talking about. She did take that off the stove, and then there was like this red and black thing that like in slow motion. Somebody did a slow motion, and it was different than the pot she took off the stove. It was something else. It was like a red and black bucket or something like that from what I saw in the video that somebody slowed it down in. She did throw that, but it just sucks that both of them had to have their gun out pointed at her, and obviously she really ain't had no weapon but water in a bucket, so it's unfortunate. So I see why everybody's so upset about it and everything. I'm trying to see both sides to everybody's story and how they feel and stuff, and just both perspectives. So yeah,
it wasn't in a bucket. It was actually, she had the water on the stove. The water was boiling. The officers stated that they didn't want a fire to start. There was clearly concern for her safety because they had, about a body cam video, they did an extensive search around the home. Upon her request, she requested the police to come. And they knocked on the door. They waited they waited a long period of time. This is not information. This is entertainment and educational purposes only. So they knocked on it. They tried to get her ID. They was ready to go.
Yeah,
they was ready to leave.
That's why I was so confused why they even went in the house. I was like, dang, I thought they was gonna do that stuff outside.
Well, she invited them in to get her ID, okay? And she's looked confused, disheveled,
she was scared. She had the police on the phone. She knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I could tell in the
she
video.
had the dispatcher. Yeah, she had the 911 call operator on the phone, and he said, "Look, get off the phone and talk with the officers." Okay, and she was confused with that, but going forward to the hot pot of water, when she seen the weapon, she knew. She said, "I'm sorry." Okay, and she put it down. But what made her grab the pot of water and throw it is beyond me. It's in her mind somewhere when she said, "In the name of Jesus," she was prepared to throw that water.
Yeah,
that's what my mind says.
It triggered him bad. I mean, he was already
No, he was not. No, he was not, because I watched his demeanor from the time he arrived at the house to the time he interacted with her. He was ready to go. He was ready to leave. "Man, we've done all we can." He asked her, "Is there anything else do you want us to do?" You know, and she kept saying, "I need your help." That's what she said. "I need your help." He was like, "What help? Okay, what is it? We've looked around your home. There's no intruder. They did a license plate background check on the car, everything." So
I wonder what happened to her car earlier that day.
Hey, she stated first that wasn't her car. Then the register came back to that it was. So she told some falsities. Okay, thank you for coming in.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it. Let me see if I can get some more people in. Please, people, don't come in with your emotions. Tap the screen. Thank you for getting me to 30K. Let's get this to 40K, please. Let's keep tapping. Appreciate it. Y'all doing a great job. Don't come in with your emotions. I'm asking you about the facts of this case. The facts. Okay, facts only. Facts only matters to me. I do not care about your emotion. If I skipped you, I apologize. I'm trying to get everybody as quick as I possibly can. How you doing?
Hello. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, man.
My question to this whole situation is, I came to Chicago to do an autopsy on an animal, not a human. Now I'm stuck here. I can't leave. But my question is, if she threw a pot of water, where's the water?
It was, hold
there's
on.
no water.
That's a quick.
Where's the
Hold on.
water?
Question. Wait,
Where's
you
the
asking me a
water?
question, right? Wait a minute. You're asking me a question, right?
Yeah, where's the water?
Okay, per the video, body cam video, first of all, I gotta say this. This is not information. This is entertainment and educational purposes only.
It's not educational for me because I'm very well educated. I do autopsies for a living. There's no water thrown. Where's the water? There's no water on the officers. There's no water on the floor. And there's no water on her.
Ma'am, calm down.
So,
that wasn't for
we can
you.
go there. We can go there.
Ma'am, calm down. I have to say that because these lives require me to say that statement.
Okay.
It's not for you. I have to say this is not information. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. I have to say that.
Oh, I'm
okay?
sorry. I apologize. But my
Thank
whole
you.
thing is,
You've asked the question. Wait a minute, ma'am. You've asked the question. Can you allow me to answer?
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, let me state this. Okay, during the body cam video, I watched the hot liquid come out of the pot and go onto the floor, and the steam rise up from the floor all the way to the officer's feet.
Are you serious right now? Are you really serious right now? I do autopsies for a living. There's no water, period.
Ma'am, I'm not talking about you personally.
Oh my God.
In your profession. Okay, I'm asking you, what video have you watched?
I watched it. I live in Illinois. They shut down my son's school for this.
Ma'am, what video have you watched?
Nigger, go tell somebody who gives a fuck.
There you go. There you go. There it is. There it is. There you go. The emotions. Go ahead, bring the emotions. I don't live in emotion. Okay? Now see, the racism is coming out. Bring the racism, bring your emotions. I love it. But your feelings is not going to trump my facts. Okay? You can bring your feelings. My thoughts about the person. Okay. You can bring your feelings. It's not going to change the fact of the case.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
So, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think I just got into this live. If you do watch the video, she does put down the boiling pot of water. However, when she pops back up, she grabs that pot of water and she throws it towards the officer. And that's when the shot's fired. So I'm not saying, this is the thing, I'm not saying that it was justified by any means, because there's ways to, I guess, diffuse that whole situation. The officer, you're never treated to go directly towards the threat. So the water can only travel so far. So what the officer maybe should have done was probably step back and maybe engage back by the door or something where the threat was no longer a threat. If you know what you know.
You made a statement that you never go towards the threat. Are you a law enforcement officer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, in your department, you never was taught to engage the threat or go towards whatever the threat continuum was. They never taught you that.
So here's the problem. Okay, so if there was a firearm involved, I mean I get the whole thing, but that's where I'm having that. I don't think it's a good shoot. I don't, and I think what should have happened And like I said, it's easy to the Monday morning quarterback this whole situation after the fact, and people pick apart. And I'm now, and don't get it wrong, I'm not sticking up for this officer at all. But the problem, there's so many different things in this video that are wrong that you could pick apart to, yeah. It's no matter how you look at it, it's a sad situation for her, the officer involved. My thought process, like I said, like you'd mentioned something about advancing towards the threat. I mean, I get why he moved forward, but when she had that boiling pot of water, I mean, he immediately engaged with this firearm, pointed the weapon right at her, and she dropped down to her knees. He moved forward, and then that's when she threw the water. I get that, but like I said, water can only travel so far. And people saying that the boiling pot of water isn't a threat. Well, I want to see somebody get doused with boiling water, and then you tell me how big of a threat that is. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, sir, as an ex-officer, I look at the possible deal with the policies, and I look at what law enforcement officers across the nation, and matter of fact across the world, go through. Okay, this is not information. This is educational purposes only. This is entertainment purposes only. This is not information. This is nowhere in here in this live information. Sir, I noticed that there was 2 officers on the scene, correct?
Yes.
Both officers unholstered their duty weapon. Is that right?
Yeah, from what I believe that I seen that in the video.
Okay, in the mindset of as the law profession states in the I can't repeat this verbatim, in the culpable cognitive reasoning of a reasonable officer. You've heard that before, right?
Yes.
Yes. They both assessed the situation and decided that the threat level, that the use of force continuum has been met now can be met now with lethal force. They both pulled their duty weapon, but they did not discharge. Is that correct?
Yeah. So did he?
Okay. And wait a minute, hold on. Since they did not discharge their weaponry, but they did display deadly force, the action of the female constituted the culpable mental state of the officer to defend himself at that moment. Is that a possibility?
It's like I said, there's so much going on in that video. It's hard to fix everything.
It is.
Like I said,
it is.
Easy.
As you see, yeah,
it's easy Monday morning quarterback the whole situation. It is, and hard telling what was going through that officer's mind at that given time. But it doesn't.
He can tell you. He can tell you. He's going to tell you in the court of law, and I think he's justified. I think he's justified. Now I don't know why the department fired him. They should have put him on administrative leave, pending investigation. I think that was a rush to judgment by the department. I think the department's going to pay for it. But thanks for your assessment, my brother, and thank you for your service. Let me move on and see. Get you. Now that guy came up with he came up with a good assessment. I like the way he looked at it.
Hello, how are you?
Just fine. How about yourself?
Okay, so I have questions because this is for educational purposes only, correct?
Yes, this is not information. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So when she called for help, correct? She called them for help, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I watched both videos, both body cams. Okay, so they did her perimeter, said nothing was wrong. Okay, so she's telling them she's trying to get paperwork. So it's obviously she's trying to tell them, something is mentally wrong with her. Okay, so she's trying to get help elsewhere. That's why she did not want to get off the phone with the dispatcher, correct?
Yeah, with that not getting off the phone, I think she was kind of confused in her mind because she called. First of all, it took her an excessive long time to answer the door.
Okay.
Okay. They kept announcing sheriff's department, this and that. They really was ready to go. In my mind, they was ready to go. And when they was inside the home while she was on the phone, the dispatcher kept saying, he kept telling her to hang up. He kept telling her, okay, the officers are there. Go ahead and hang up. Okay. She kept saying, well, wait. What? And she was clearly disheveled. But go ahead, man.
Correct. Because I feel like she wanted some mental help at that point since she already got confirmed no one was around her perimeter. Because I seen also she had on a hospital band. So the papers that she was looking for were probably her mental papers to let them know, hey, okay, no one is around my perimeter. I need other help elsewhere. Okay, so
I didn't notice that. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to go back and look at that video again. She had a hospital van on?
Yes, she did. And also
I didn't notice that.
Yes.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
I deal with a lot of mental health patients, so in my family and dealing with them. So I feel like I seen the signs that she wanted mental help from the dispatcher because that's why she was like, hold on, because they're confirming, hey, no one is around your perimeter, you're okay. But she still felt threatened. So obviously she didn't care about her identification. She wanted them to know I have other issues. You get what I'm saying? So when the officer, he pointed at the pot before he asked her to go get the pot. So if the water was a threatening thing, why would you tell someone to go get something that will threaten you?
Okay, let me answer the question. Okay, first of all, in our department, and we had a large department, and there's some departments. Some departments are larger than others. We had mental health officers that can access, like in your profession, and look and say, okay, this lady has mental health issues. She didn't call the police out for mental health issues. She called the police out because she was complaining that there was an intruder hanging around her home. So they came out and to assess that threat. Once they seen that there was no threat available, they asked her, is there anything else that we could do for you? Okay, they was ready to leave.
Right. So I'm sorry, let me say this one thing. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When she realized that when they're telling her, hey, there's no one around here. So the paperwork is basically I feel like she wanted to tell them, hey, I might be losing my mind. So let me give you this paperwork to confirm that, okay, I could be hearing voices. I could be tripping, but I want you to know these are my issues. You get what I'm saying?
But ma'am, they asked her many times in the video, ma'am, what do you want us to do for you? Okay, and she kept insisting that there was an intruder somewhere around the home. So that caused them to look for this intruder. They could not say, there's no intruder, let's move on to something else. They wanted to make sure that this woman was safe. So they looked at the vehicle, they asked her about that, they looked around her home, they did an extensive search. Now, they didn't refer to the pot. They said, can you cut off the stove because they didn't want a fire. That was for her safety. She got up and went and got the pot. And when she had the pot in her hand, she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Whoa, that turns into another level now. Wait a minute. You're saying that with the intentions of, okay? And so he was adamant about don't do this, don't do that nonsense. And so it went from, ma'am, we're here for your safety now to the safety of the officers. Okay. It went to the safety of the officers then. Hey, but you have caught my eye on that mental ban. I am going to go back and review that video and take a look at it.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, thank you for your correct assessment of it. I'm going to look at that a little bit closer now. I'm going to zoom in on that mental ban.
As an ex-officer, I'm sorry, whatever you used to be, would you, so when he was at the door and he asked her about her mental health, obviously he observed she had a mental issue, correct?
Yeah, he did ask her about her mental health in that video, didn't he?
And
He
my
did.
next question
You did hear that too, right?
Yes.
As I did too, right?
Yes. Okay.
He did. So he did try to assess that. Yeah.
Okay. So on your viewpoint, if you were in his shoes and you assessed that somebody had a mental issue, would you allow them to grab a pot of hot water?
Well, I don't think that when he asked her to go cut the stove off, that she was going to grab a hot pot of water. I would have asked her, ma'am, could you please cut the stove off? We don't want a fire. But he didn't tell her to go pick up a hot pot of water. I looked at this video over and over and over again. And he never told her, go pick up a pot of hot water. Reason being because anything that could threaten the life of an officer will cause him to go to the next level of the threat level continuum. And the threat and the use of force continuum starts with the presence of an officer. It starts. It's already on. So when he said, please, ma'am, go cut off the stove, we don't want a fire, he never said, ma'am, please go pick up that hot pot of water and hold it in your hand. Then he would know that that would be a threat. So that was all on her. Okay, I gotta go right now. I'm at my job. I gotta get ready to go. Thank you for coming in, ma'am. Those of you who was waiting in the comments, I will be back on later on. I'm gonna probably be on Mr. Denali's XXL later on also to give my viewpoint. I appreciate y'all waiting in the comments. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to get to you. Please go watch the body cam video of this incident. It is on YouTube. It is on YouTube, and I thank y'all for y'all likes. 30K, 38K. Appreciate y'all. Love all of y'all.